Hey guys, welcome back to a wine chat, or welcome if you're new to these, but you probably aren't because this would be a weird video to just stumble upon, but welcome. I haven't done one of these in a little bit. This glass is all dusty. Okay, I have a square glass, also from Crate & Barrel, but I keep these upstairs, and I poured this upstairs because I just got a big box of wine in from nakedwines.com. Not sponsored. When people say that, it's like, why do you have to say that? Why do you have to like justify? If you like something, you like something. You don't have to say not sponsored. Just say you like it. Anyways, ooh, yes, okay. It's a red blend. I'm wearing my TGIF sweatshirt and it's got a champagne bottle. So cute. I found this at Sam's Club. We were there this weekend and it was $9.98 and I'm like, yes, please. So I already spilled coffee on it because mom life, but I wanted to do a wine chat because I haven't done one in a while. I really wanted to come on here and talk about my cosmetic procedures because I haven't really talked about it since that video. So if you are new here or if you randomly watch my videos and don't know, I did get Botox and lip injections like 3 weeks ago for my 30th birthday. It was my birthday treat to myself. Well, from my husband because he's the one that makes the money, but that's what I picked for myself for my birthday. That's what I wanted. So I had talked about it here on a wine chat a long time ago, like probably one of my first wine chats. I talked about wanting like different cosmetic things that I wanted. So that was something I wanted for a really long time, and I wanted to update you guys on how I'm liking it. And I also thought at the end of this video I would answer a few questions. So I just put a little question box over on Instagram. Make sure you follow me over there. But the first few questions that I got were about my Botox and lip injections. So I'm like, this is perfect because you guys are already wanting to know my results and how I feel about them now that it's kind of been a little while. So I did get lip injections, and the first thing I wanted, well, someone had asked me, do you think you look different, and would you do it again? And those were the two things that I actually wanted to talk about. So do I think I look different? So with the lip injections, I did get a full syringe of Volbella, and I vlogged the whole thing, so you guys can watch that video if you're into that. I know it's not for everybody, but I enjoy that type of thing. Like, I am interested in that, and I just like that kind of thing. So I did vlog it for those of you that like to watch that kind of thing. And I did get a full syringe. So as far as like feeling like I look different, I don't think so. I can hardly even tell in photos of myself. So if I can barely tell, that means other people probably really cannot tell. So it is a very small difference. And I think because I got Volbella, which is what the doctor recommended, versus just regular Juvederm, I think when you get regular Juvederm, I think it makes your lips bigger and puffier. Oh, I think that that's why it's such a subtle change, but I do notice it like when I'm looking in the mirror, when I'm doing my makeup and stuff. I can definitely tell, and I really, really love it. And I love that it is subtle because I think if it was too much, it would be just too dramatic, and I wanted something like natural and subtle. So I mean, I don't know, you guys tell me if you can tell, like in my videos and pictures, if you can even notice, but I doubt you can because I can only tell like when I look side by side or look up close, but I can feel it. And I know like some people get like their lips like flipped or something too, and then like that would make my lips like look strange and different. So I already have a really thin top lip naturally, so he just put, I mean, a full syringe, but it just kind of like plumped them up, and I really like them, especially like when I'm not smiling and talking. I can tell more, but I think in about 6 to 8 months, depending, I'm going to reconsider whether or not I want to get some more, possibly. It just depends. Like, it's expensive, number one, and it just depends on where I'm at in life, you know what I mean? But like, ideally in like 6 to 8 months, I probably may want to get a little bit more and get them a little bit bigger, but I really like where they're at right now. It does last about a year. So I'm super happy with it. I don't regret it at all. I think it was money well spent. I really like them. No one has ever like said anything. Like, my husband, he's not like they look different, they look weird, like nothing like that. It's just like, it was such a subtle change, like nobody even really noticed. So I like that though, because I didn't want it to be super dramatic. So that's the tea, not the tea, that's the story on my lips. Now let's talk about the Botox. So the Botox was something, I actually kind of threw that on last minute. I mean, not last minute, but I wasn't originally going to do that too. I just wanted to, I really wanted the lips and the Botox. I was like, I'll just try it and see how I like it. And even in that video, when after I got it and I was talking about it, I was like, it's fine. Here's what I will say. If it came down to me getting my hair done or getting Botox and I needed more Botox, like it had worn off, I would get Botox. So let's just leave it at that. Like it is absolutely, I'm not gonna leave it in that because I'm gonna elaborate, but it is incredible. I am so stinking happy that I got it. And I think in my first like reaction video, it hadn't kicked in yet. And so I didn't really notice a difference. And the thing too is like, it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, what did you have done? Like, it's not like anyone would notice, but also I want you guys to tell me, like, can you notice? Maybe, I think people that have had Botox can notice other people's because they know the, like, I don't know. But, like, obviously I'm going like this. I'm making this expression where I would typically have a bunch of, like, folds right there, and I don't have any. So I guess that's, like, a tell sign that I have it, but it's the subtlest change in my face, and yet it makes a huge difference. And I don't know if it's a difference that other people can see or not. I almost think it's like one of those things where it's just like, you look really pretty, or like you look really young, or, and that sounds super vain, but you know what I mean? Like, just like, it's like one of those things, like you can't quite pinpoint what it is, but someone that would have it, you would just be like she looks nice, she looks young, she looks pretty, she looks youthful. It's like that. And it's not something that you just like look at them and you see it. It's just there. And I think it just takes a while for you to get used to, like me seeing it. Like, he put it in my crow's feet and I didn't even know I really had those. But now, like when I smile, I used to have all these little creases right there and it never bothered me. It was never something I was like, oh, look at that. It never did. But now when I smile, I have nothing and I'm just like, hey, like I don't know. It's like, you just feel so like youthful. Your skin just feels like glass, like it's just so like smooth. It's just hard to explain, but once you have it, if you have it, let me know if you feel this vibe too. It's just like, you just feel on. I love it. I will definitely, I think I already calculated, it'll probably start to come out of my skin, body in like February. And so I'm like, okay, February, I'm probably going to be making another appointment to get it again because I just really like it. And it is a preventative, and I never really understood that. Hang on. Okay. Until I watched Anna Saccone, she's a huge YouTuber. I watched her Botox video, and she said, the lady was explaining it to her, like, it paralyzes those muscles so that when you make expressions, those little folds don't occur. And so you won't have those, right? But you also won't be getting new ones because you're not having those folds. So like I have, you're not gonna be able to see it because I have a ring light on, but I have super, like 2 or 3 super fine little tiny lines like in the center of my forehead. You can't even, it doesn't even bother me, especially now. But those were made from making that expression and not having Botox and having those lines appear. So like, now that I have Botox, the more that I get it, the more I'm not gonna have those expression lines and not form new ones, basically. So even if you don't have fine lines and you're still making those like creases when you raise your brows, those are over time going to make lines, fine lines on your forehead or wherever on your face. So yeah, I think that's super interesting. So even if you don't, so it is a preventative. And I always thought people were like, oh, it's a preventative because they said that so that you would get it when you're young. But I don't know, I just absolutely love it. Another thing is like when I pull out my phone to like talk on Instagram or something, typically I would be like, oh my gosh, swipe. Like I gotta get that filter on right away, like that smoother filter, because it just kind of like makes all those lines go away. And now like as soon as I turn on my phone, like I don't even, I'm like, oh, like I don't have like there was just all these little lines just from like life. There would just be like little lines, especially like after like, you know, doing your eyeshadow and your makeup and all that, and like after like making expressions in the mirror and doing your makeup for 20 minutes, and then you look and you have like all these like creases from doing your makeup, and now it's just all smooth. So I absolutely love it. 100% worth it. I think my price was $288. It's different everywhere. I think it was $12 a unit, but a lot of places I think also do like loyalty programs and stuff. Like the one I went to, I already have $30 off my next one because they want you to keep coming back. So I already have a coupon for my next one, and like I can build up points, and so it's totally worth it to me. I think it's like super great. So if you've been considering it, and even if you're like, I don't know, like just try it. Like even one of my friends was talking to me, and she doesn't need it. That's the thing too. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, you need it. I would never say that about anybody. Like nobody needs it. But I know a couple of my friends that have been considering it. I know that if they had it, they would love it. Like I could look at them and I could see like where the doctor would put it, and I'm like, you would love it. Like it's just one of those things. It's like no one would look at you and be like, oh girl, you need that. But like if you have it, then you're like, oh my gosh, I could never go back. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, plastic surgery, was a boob job. And I had talked about this in the same wine chat when I was talking about cosmetic procedures. And I was like, oh, I really want to get a boob job when we're done having kids. So right now, I'm not sure if we're done or not. If you ask me today, I'd say we're done. If you ask me in a year, I don't know. So I'm just not ready to make the full commitment of like, we'd probably do a vasectomy, I think. I think that would be like the full commitment. So I'm not ready for that full commitment of just like shutting that door, closing that chapter, I guess. But I really think we're done for right now, at least. So I always thought I would get a boob job when I was done having kids, and I thought that after having my first, and I quit breastfeeding, and I was just like, yeah. So I don't know about you, but I've noticed a lot of uproar on boob jobs and like the health concerns that it has, and I don't know, it's like super interesting. And now I don't think that I want to get a boob job anymore, just because I'm like nervous, like health wise. And honestly, I don't think that my boobs are that bad, and it's a lot of money and a lot of risk. I mean, it's a surgery. So although there's another surgery I may do, but I just don't know if I would do it anymore. I was watching a girl on Instagram, Carmen. I don't know what her handle is anymore. Carmen, just type her in. She's really famous. You'll probably find her, but she had fake boobs for 20 years. Yeah, 20 years of her life. And she finally decided that she wanted to get them removed, which also you have to get them like redone every 10 years. So it's a big commitment. And when she went and got them removed, one of them had ruptured, like a silent rupture. And she was already like feeling ill and sick. And she just noticed all this stuff. I actually have to read her blog post. She wrote a whole blog post on it. But I just find it very interesting how she was saying like the whites of her eyes got brighter after they removed her implants, and just like little things that she felt so much better, so much more energy. And that's the thing that I kind of didn't think about, is like when you're putting a foreign object in your body, you don't know how your body's going to react to it. And like some people may have perfectly wonderful boob jobs and never have any issues, but some people might not. And I don't think I really want to take the risk anymore. And I mean, I may change my mind. I had my mind set on getting a boob job like 6 months ago, and now I've totally completely changed my mind. So I don't know. I want to know your thoughts on that too. And then also I looked at like doing a lift, because what this lady had done is she ended up getting a lift. She got them removed and then she got a lift. So I like Googled images of lifts, and I swear it just looked like all they did was like slice off their nipples and like put them up higher. And then their boobs were still kind of droopy. Like they didn't look that much different for like $6 grand or however much it costs and a surgery to make them like they just didn't look different enough that I would want to spend the money. So I don't think I would want to do that either. And I'm hoping that I can just like drink a lot of collagen, rub some coconut oil, and we'll be good to go, and I'll like have my perky boobs back in no time, but we'll see what happens. But I don't think I want to do it anymore. And then the other thing was, a tummy tuck, which is something I really hadn't considered. And I always thought a tummy tuck was like for fat people that just want to be skinny, and then it never works because then they don't change their lifestyle and they just get fat again and it was worthless or whatever. So I hope that's not like offensive, but I feel like that's what I've known them as. And so my neighbor actually had one, and she was like sharing her pictures and stuff, and I was like, it's not really that. It's almost like they just take the loose skin and like put your stomach back together without that loose skin there, and like smooths out their stomach. And she showed her stomach and she said it was like so smooth and so flat, and even when she gains weight, she would gain weight like in the backs and like sides instead of the front. And so I just thought that was super interesting, because my stomach after having 2 babies is so loose in the front. My skin is so saggy and loose, and I work out constantly. I have abs, like I have like a 6-pack, but I have a bunch of loose, like saggy, wrinkly skin over it. So it's like, it kind of sucks because I feel I work so hard on my body and I feel really great about it, but then like I don't want to like rock a bikini because I have all this loose skin over it. So it's like one of those things, if I could get rid of that loose skin, I think I would. So I don't know. I don't know the costs. I don't know the details about tummy tucks. But that might be something I would consider, like when I'm like 30, I'm already 30. When I'm 40, when we're done having kids, if we have a little extra cash and I want to get something done to make me feel good about myself, like maybe my 40th birthday splurge treat. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's an option. I'd love to know if any of you guys have had one before, or if you know any procedures that do help with the skin tightening. I did do like skin tightening thingy, and it didn't do anything on me. So I don't know if my skin is just too extreme, or if it's, you know, it just wasn't harsh enough. I only did 2 treatments, but after 2 treatments I didn't notice results, so I wasn't going to go back and spend more money on it. But yeah, I really want to get it tightened. And then I also have the stretch marks, which I guess if they just slice your skin, they just toss it in the trash, and then you have sew back together, so there's no stretch marks either. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna look through and see. I've got a couple more minutes left before I'm gonna end this, so I'm gonna see if you guys answer or ask me any questions that I can talk about, because that was really all I wanted to mention on today's wine chat. So let's see. Oh, we are booking. I did also ask on here about Jamaica. We're gonna book our 10-year anniversary trip next summer, because David and I got married in 2010. So 2020 is gonna be our 10-year anniversary, which is crazy. And we went to Jamaica on our honeymoon, so I really wanna go back there again. We haven't been back since. We've gone to Mexico and Dominican Republic since then, just because those have been closer, cheaper, whatever. But I want to like do it big and go back to Jamaica, and I want to know where to go. We stayed at Sandals. I can't remember where though, but it was absolutely incredible and amazing, but it was so expensive. It was ridiculously expensive. We used money that we got from our wedding to pay for it, actually from his parents. So that's kind of how we paid for our honeymoon. And so now it's like, we're used to doing things cheap. And when I say cheap, I mean like under $2,000 for the entire thing. Food, drinks, plane and flight are the same thing. Hotel, everything included, all bundled up in one, like $2,000 and under. So we try to do it really cheap. So I don't know if we'll be able to go to Jamaica on that kind of a budget, but we'll see. But oh, Secrets Montego Bay, maybe that's where we stayed. No. We stayed at Sandals. Maybe it was Montego Bay and Sandals. But a lot of you guys said Sandals, and I know Sandals is the best. We had like a butler. It was so freaking awesome, but I don't know if we're gonna go that extreme. We'll see. Okay, questions. Okay, there was just a couple, so this is perfect. Do you ever miss your life before kids? I kind of, it's just a totally different life. Would I trade it? No. Do I miss it? I miss my career sometimes, but at the same time, I love my life now. It's just so different in every aspect of what it used to be like, but I do miss my career. The main thing I miss with my career is like the traveling. I barely traveled. I traveled like twice a year, 4 times a year. But I miss like going to like the dinners and like getting, cause I was a buyer, so I miss like getting the free clothes and the fancy dinners and like the shopping part of it and picking out all the stuff and seeing the line for the new season and like all of that stuff I miss so much. Like that was really fun. And then as far as like my lifestyle then, not really. I mean, we went out, David and I went out all the time, or we were just like whatever, like we would just like go to like Vegas on the weekend. Like we just did anything. And I don't really miss that. And we had a lot of fun, but I like how we are now. Like we've grown into a family lifestyle and I really like it. Since it'll be Black Friday, what's on your holiday wish list? I don't know. I'm gonna try to go Black Friday shopping if I can find someone to watch my kids. I'll be in St. Louis, so it'll just be like either my dad or my mom or a sibling or something that could watch my kids and I can run out and see, but I don't have anything like on my wish list. I mainly just shop online. And if you're talking about me personally, probably nothing. I don't really want anything this year. Last year, David got me a Gucci belt, splurge, and I love it. It's just funny. He said the funniest thing the other day. I don't even know how to explain it, but I said something like, something was super expensive and I was like, don't they feel bad charging that much? Like, and he was like, and I was like, especially if someone poor buys something like that. And he goes, I'm sure that's how Gucci felt when I bought you that belt. And like, it was just the most ridiculous purchase I think we've ever made. But I like it. It's a really nice belt. It's just like, why? So no, I don't think I'm gonna get anything this year. I think we're done. And what are your favorite websites and stores to shop at for Black Friday? I don't really know. I shop a lot at like places like Kohl's, Macy's, and Amazon. I feel like they always, and Target. Those are like the main places that have the best like deals that I shop for. But I don't really go out and shop. I like to do it all online. How do you survive the day when your kids don't nap? We just leave the house usually. Like we'll go to the gym and then they can go to daycare and I can like do a workout and then I can sit there and like scroll through my phone for like 20 minutes. That's how we survive. How much screen time do you allow? I'm not really picky on it. If there's a show that's gonna keep Cal distracted for a little bit while I do something, I turn it on. But I never like limit it. But I also like some days when it's like 3 o'clock and like we haven't even turned the TV on yet, I'm like, oh, look at us. Like we didn't even use the TV today. But I'd say a lot of times I just kind of turn it on because I have to go, you know, cook them lunch or do something. And so I turn it on and then it just kind of stays on the rest of the day. And then I'll turn it off when I try to get him to nap or something. And that's it. So yay, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this little wine chat and let me know what other topics you want me to talk about. I'll see if I can get some of these in during Vlogmas. I can't believe I'm doing that. I can't believe I'm gonna make a video every single day for 25 days. But I'm gonna do it because I've done it every year. And what's another year? And if I don't hit 10,000 subscribers during Vlogmas, I'm not doing something right. I swear, every time, like, all my friends are hitting their goals and their milestones, and I'm just over here like, maybe one day. But whatever. It's all good. It's all good. This is me and my own little online group, and it doesn't have to be a big group, right? All right, guys. Cheers. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.